May I know your name and where do you stay?
My name is Yadavinder. I stay in Defence Colony, New Delhi.
What's your child's age?
My son has just turned 8 and my daughter is 5 and a half.
Okay. What kind of classes were you looking for him and for your daughter?
The classes, what I was actually considering is maths and English, because these are core subjects, absolutely fundamentally critical for a child to do well. And I was actually looking for a program which had a very strong emphasis on maths as a core skill. The objective is to look at my child, my son and daughter, where they could actually pick up the basics and have a complete strong fundamental understanding on math. So that was the focus.
What all options did you consider?
Actually, see, the thing is that, I've heard of abacus, I've heard of, this Vedic maths, I've heard of, you could also have personal tutors coming home and Kumon. And I think one of the reasons why I looked at Kumon fundamentally, is because it's a global program. So it's highly standardized across the world. And with that being a key, that was actually one of the key criteria to even consider visiting your school or a training center to understand more about the program. Because what happens is that when you have a structured, well-defined, logical path which is laid out, and you have these modules which are in place, then it comes across that it's very scientifically, technically, and it's a program which has been put together in a fun way. So the kids are engaged, they're constantly improving, and there is rationale behind this whole thing. And the bottom line is that ever since my kids have started doing Kumon, my son and daughter are both getting an A+ in maths in class. Okay, and I would say, I don't want to sound, if I may be modest, my son is possibly ranked number 1 in his school for the entire class 3. So they have about 9-10 divisions, and I could say that because the school comes up with every year they have an annual magazine. And judging other kids by that, my son's the only one who's done a certain level of maths. And if I correlate that in terms of where it stacks up in terms of the Kumon program, he's 3 to 4 classes ahead of class 3. Okay, so that's the level of complexity and understanding for an 8-year-old kid.
How is your experience so far with Kumon?
See, this is a very, very critical question, and it's something that, I want to tell you that before I started coming here, I was giving 100% importance to the program, thinking that everything depends on the program. But in the last year and a half, I've realized that this program cannot succeed without the critical involvement of the instructor and the training center head. And I'm saying this firsthand because I believe that for your kid to do okay in the program makes a difference. But if you want your kid to excel in the program, it's the commitment and the sincerity, dedication of the instructor and the center head. I'll tell you why. Because getting a child initiated in the program, that's how it starts. But the ability to give feedback and to work closely with the child, to work on areas of improvement, weaknesses, and to engage with the child at the child's mental age is tremendous amount of skill. And with the instructors at the Defence Colony Institute, listen, I'd tell you that they are 10 out of 10 here. I just can't pinpoint it. It's in fact been a very important learning experience for me as a father, as a parent, because they've taught me how to deal with kids. Okay, and in fact I just called the institute yesterday and not realizing that we're going to be doing this, but the feedback that I gave, I spoke to the instructor and told her that you've done a world of a difference to my son, and I can see the change, and my son's become a lot more confident, and maths to him is fun. It's no longer a chore, and he's like, his confidence levels are soaring high.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely you would like to recommend Kumon to other parents?
Kumon, this is, it's very hard. Like I said, Kumon is a good program, but you can't do without the commitment of 3 people: the instructor, the child, and the parent. So if I was to say that my kid attends Kumon and he's going to be brilliant, that's also not the case. It really depends on how committed everybody is towards the program. The program is outstanding, but the program might not succeed if parents are not engaged, if the child is not motivated, and if the instructor is not good. But if you're asking about my experience from Defence Colony, I would say it's fantastic. I would hands down recommend the program, but I would in fact tell people that if you want to do the program, you should send your kids to Defence Colony. I stay in Friends Colony. Friends Colony is easier for me. I could have gone there, but and it's effort for me to send my child to Defence Colony. It's not easy, but this is a great center. This particular one, Defence Colony. So I would.
Thank you.